recorded my first video, which is all about your life and common sense. And since that video was recorded in only my foreign language, so I decided that it's not fair that others do not understand the importance of this video. So therefore, as a beginner, I think it's never too late to upload something that's very important, that you're willing to share with everybody, and you want everybody to hear the inner voice of yourself. And I am talking about common sense because common sense exists in everybody's life. The day we are born, the day we're gonna die, we're gonna have a lot of common senses. For example, like a 5 years old, right? 5 year old, you're left alone in the house, and somehow, the house got fire, right? The house is burning, and that 5 year old child is struggling to see what's going on. And later on, the fire is expanding, and that toddler is, struggling again. So what does the toddler will do? What do you guys think? Will use his or her common sense, right? And will try to escape from the fire. So same thing, everybody in their life have their own common senses. And most of the time, we do not apply our common sense unless we hear the same reasoning from the other person. When somebody come to you and tell you, this is how I think, this is what I'm going to do, and you're telling yourself, exactly this is how I used to think. This is exactly what I was planning to do, but I did not do because you did not listen to your common sense. Life is all about common senses, right? When you are going into the right direction, your inner voice tells you, you're doing something good and right. When you're, walking towards the bad path, your inner senses tells you that you are doing something wrong. So what the common sense says, when you're doing something right, go do it. When you're doing something wrong, don't do it. Simple theory in life. So my video and my way of thinking tells me that I need to share this with all of you because everybody in their life is struggling. As a human, you will always struggle. Either you're rich, either you're poor. Everybody is struggling somehow. There's not a single person on this planet, on this earth, that you will find and will end up saying that I am the happiest person, right? You will not find nobody. If you find some, if God forbidden, God forbidden, I'm saying it because you will never find somebody who is 100% happy in their life. If you happen to find that person, either that person is an angel, not a human being, okay? Angels don't feel the pain that a human being feels, right? So either that's an angel or either that's you, okay? It's you. Because why you're happy? Because you are fighting with yourself. You're telling yourself that I am going to do good things, not bad things. How simple is that? When you start working on this, you will end up being happy and being peaceful. Okay? That's the best diet that I can recommend anybody. People come with different concepts, with different ideas, with different theories. Everything is, nice the way it is. But at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, what makes me happy? What do I want in my life? What can I do to make my life better? right? Most of the time, we left alone, right? We left alone when we're alone in anywhere. We get scared. We wanna occupy that time with something. Either we get busy into cooking, we watch TV, we listen to the music, we take a walk, because we don't want to be alone. We don't want to be left alone. It's okay to be alone for a couple of hours, but then, you're like, I need to do something, right? Because we're scared. We're scared. I think when a person is alone, that's the best. That's the best time to meet yourself. How much do we meet ourselves? Tell me. The day we wake up, we're getting ready for work. We're, making our breakfast. If you have kids, you're getting them ready. You're doing that, blah, 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 blah. The whole day passed. But you never monitored yourself, what you want to do, what you think is best for you, right? We ignored ourselves totally. So I want everyone not to ignore themselves, everyone to appreciate themselves, because you are the most important person of your life. Yes, you are. I want whoever is listening to my video, first thing I want everyone to say to themselves is, you are the most important person of your life. Say that. You are the most important person of your life. You came alone, you will leave alone. We're blessed to have so many people surrounded by us. But yeah, at the end of the day, you have to leave all by yourself. And what will you leave with? I'm sure everybody wants to leave this world with the happy ending, right? Whenever we see the video, there's always a happy ending in the movie, right? So that's exactly how we think about our life, our journey of life, that we will end up happily. And how can you live happily? If you have a positive mind, right? If you have done good deeds, you're right? Sometimes we do not fulfill all our requirements. We maybe have to do so many things, but we are leaving it alone because we didn't have enough time, right? But your intentions were good, right? If your intentions are good, you will end up happily because you were working on it. You cannot give up. You cannot give up. To give up. Life is the most precious gift granted to you. People who unfortunately end up their lives because they feel miserable. They have so much anxiety, so much depression. They don't know what to do, how to guide. And this message to all of those people who think the life is priceless. No, it's not. You think once you end your life, you're done? No, you're not done. That's exactly when your life starts and will never end. Right now, the life is in your control. You can control your life. You can tell yourself that I'm the most important person of my life. I am the boss of my life, okay? And I am gonna do all my best not to think anything negative, not to get upset about many things that happens in our lives. Like there's a lot of people who just irritates you, who bothers you, who hurts you. Listen, positively. When you start taking things positively instead of negatively, your life will be much, much, much better. You're making improvements in your in your life, right? You're not giving up. You're improving your life. So anytime somebody comes and say bad things to you, and you know this is wrong, right? Don't don't think anything wrong about that person. Just think that that's a great lesson. You don't think that way, that the other person is thinking, right? So you are very precious among that person. So you need to tell yourself, at least I have a positive thinking, right? I'm not thinking the way that person is thinking, which is totally wrong. Appreciate yourself, right? So life is all about you, my friend. It's all about you. It's going to start with you and it's going to end up with you. We're going to get a lot of relationships during our life journey. We're going to meet tons of people, right? But never get upset of those people. They're very important. You never know when that person who we used to think, oh, that person is such a wrong person, may have changed, right? Because that person is also in a journey of learning their mistakes. Eventually you will learn. Anytime you make a mistake, that little mistake will bother you for the rest of your life until you don't work on it. Because our inner soul will not leave you alone, will not leave your sight, will always give you a reminder that you need to work on that. You need to change that, right? When we have an appointment, right? We put a reminder on our calendar, and we make sure that when the reminder comes, we attend that appointment. So miss it, the reminder will remind you again. You will either you missed it, you will make your appointment again, but that reminder will always be there for you. So anytime you make a mistake, don't just think that's it, I'm done. No, if you have good intentions and your thinking is positive, that listen, I am going to change myself, I did something wrong, and I will make sure that I'm not going to do that again. You clean yourself, you clean your soul, right? I am not reading any high level books. This is my life experience that I experienced, and I will be experiencing more if I have more life, right? So life is very precious, my friend. If you're alone, give yourself some time. Think about it. What you are doing, which direction are you taking? Are you going into a right direction or a wrong direction? Your time being alone with yourself, delegated time of your life. Spend that time wisely. End up their life because they don't use their common senses. If they would have used their common sense, they would not end up their lives, right? So we want to make sure that, whatever goes inside us, we have to share that with others, because you never know what our words can change somebody's life, right? You never know. I meet a lot of people. Sometimes I hear something that I never heard, and I think about it, and I say to myself, that is very important. How come I never think about it that way? Every person is very important. Listen to them. Be a listener more than be a talkative person. Be a listener, because when you're listening, you are understanding that person better, and then you're going to think about it. And when you think about it, if something positively coming out of you, share that with everybody, because our positive soch, our common sense, is the most important concept of our life that's missing right now in our lives. We don't listen to ourselves, but we listen to others. We call our friends, we talk to them 40, 50, 60 minutes, and we feel better, maybe, right? Like we get like a little therapy session. But at the end of the day, and working on is two different things. We can talk all day long, but if we don't work on ourselves, nothing is going to change you. So, more than your reaction, show the change in your actions. First of all, two things. Life is very precious, it's a gift granted to you. Spend it wisely. You need to spend your life wisely. Use your common senses. You don't need to go crazy about what's going on with me. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Why am I thinking like that? Don't do that. You are the person who is responsible for your reactions. If you are the one who's responsible for your reaction, you are the one who can change it, who can bring the changes. Bring changes in your life little by little. Every day when you wake up, give yourself some time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, that I am the most important person of my life. I am the boss of my life. I will make sure that I do things the right way. Maybe today I am going to change this that I don't like about myself. I am going to change this. I will work on it. Little by little, work on your life. And believe me, that little by little mountain that you're creating will be full of peace. Will be full of peace. One day you will sit on it and enjoy that peaceful mind. And then you will never say to yourself that you're alone. You're never alone. You're never alone. There's always somebody talking inside you. I want you to listen to yourself.